right. Good Sunday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, you want to have a fantastic Sunday. I am your meteorologist, Jess Peterson, and let's go on and talk about the weather for your Sunday evening going into your week. For the week of May the 4th evening, going all the way into May the 10th, Saturday. We do have, obviously, some stuff to talk about unsettled weather going into the middle of the week. We're going to start off nice, though, but make sure that you go on and put your prediction of the weather inside of the chat. Not the chat, but the poll as well. Maybe if you want to elaborate a little bit more, you can put it in the chat. But overall, the poll is where you want to put your prediction at for what you think is going to happen this week. If you have not hit the like button or the subscribe button, make sure you go in to do so. Also, make sure that you go and hit the share button. Share it with all the people that you know from South Carolina, maybe all the way up to New York, all the way to Florida, to Texas, to California, to Washington, to Montana. It doesn't matter. Just wherever. If they're interested in the weather in South Carolina, let them come on over here, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. We're at 454 subscribers right now. So we are getting closer and closer to 500, closer and closer. But let's go on and talk with the recorded audience for the people who can unfortunately not be here tonight. Good Sunday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Sunday. I am your meteorologist, Jess Peterson, and let's go on and talk about the weather for your Sunday evening going into your week. Looking at the radar right now, nothing really going on except for some storms. And we do have a storm up here. Seems to be near, close to the border, right there near Tabor City, North Carolina. Does include the very northern portion of Loris, but not a lot. Rain going on near Andrews, in between Andrews and Georgetown, with probably a downpour going on over here near Jamestown and Bethera, South Carolina as well. As we go on and continue inside of the winter weather radar, instead you can see that there is some rain still going on. Places up there in Illinois, Michigan, as well as Ohio, and even Pennsylvania and New York, even New Hampshire, Vermont, as well as Maine and Boston as well. And Massachusetts, obviously, the rest of Massachusetts. Connecticut getting on some rain, and as we go over here to the west, a lot of 50-mile-per-hour wind reports up here inside of Idaho. Rain going on in Montana, as well as California and Arizona. Severe storms going on in New Mexico and Texas, and just overall, just a lot of stuff going on. Just a lot of stuff going on in terms of the United States. As you go on to our cloud cover right now is showing some kind of low, but kind of normal clouds inside the PD region of South Carolina. The upstate getting on some clouds as well. Midlands are looking clear. The low country is also looking kind of clear as well. As we go into our cloud cover for the future, as you go on and push this forward, cloud cover is indeed going on. Especially as you get into tonight, into tomorrow morning right here, cloud cover still going on, scattered throughout the state. And as you get through the afternoon hours tomorrow, that cloud cover is going to still be present for some areas, definitely scattered. Going into your current temperature, 70 in Columbia, 71 in Summerville, 71 in Walterboro, as well as 71 in Charleston, 70 in Allendale, as well as 70 in Georgetown, 71 in Myrtle Beach, as well as 70 in Conway. We also do have 71 in North Myrtle Beach, as well as we also do have 70 inside of Columbia, 68 in Chapin, as well as 62 in Greenville, 64 in Spartanburg, as well as 64 Gaffney, York, 66 in Rock Hill, as well as even 68 in Aiken. Low temperatures for tonight, 50 in Anderson, as well as 50 in Greenville, 50 in Spartanburg, as well as 52 in Rock Hill, 52 in Newberry, as well as 52 in Winsboro, 55 in Columbia, as well as 54 in Barnwell, 56 in Walterboro, 64 in Charleston, 62 in Hilton Head Island, as well as 61 in Georgetown, 64 in Myrtle Beach, as well as 57 in Florence, 56 in Dillon and Cheraw. Going into your forecast precipitation, 8 p.m. tonight all the way to 8 p.m. tomorrow. A tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch going on inside of Georgetown and Myrtle Beach, as well as a hundredth of an inch to a tenth of an inch in Moncks Corner as well. That goes through a portion of the Tri-County region of Dorchester and Charleston County as well. But overall, that goes through from now all the way to 8 p.m. tomorrow, even though I think, honestly, that most of this rainfall would probably happen tonight. It's not going to go into tomorrow. And I think that, again, most of those showers are leaving. But they are still occurring. You can still see them right here on the radar going on. So they are going on right now, but as we get later into the nighttime, obviously they're going to die out and probably not going to be too much of a threat of rain. Going into our SPC outlook for tonight, we still have that marginal risk of severe weather. I mean, there technically is still a storm going on up there near Loris, South Carolina, but overall, it's not a lot at all. It's not really a lot. And as you go into day 2, Monday, May the 8th, 2025, we're looking at not really much either in terms of any sort of severe weather. And then going into Tuesday, May the 6th. May the 6th, Tuesday, it's looking like it's going to be another thunderstorm-free day going into Tuesday. In terms of excessive rainfall obviously being another factor. Here we go, starting off tonight, nothing for tonight, tomorrow. Same thing for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So we are good with excessive rainfall for the next 5 days. As you go on now to the models. Just seeing what they show as we get into tonight and then into our next 48 hours or so. So here we go right here. Time is in the top right corner of your screen as he pushes forward. By the time it gets to around 1 to 4 a.m., still looking at some rain and some shower activity, even 7 o'clock in the morning as well. Again, this is only one model, and this model probably will be wrong. But it's still showing rain activity going into tomorrow afternoon, which a lot of, or at least most of the National Weather Service offices are saying that no rain is expected tomorrow. But this one model run right here is showing rain going through the upstate. No, not the upstate, but the Midlands, and well, I guess the upstate as well, like early in the morning. And again, these are very scattered, like very isolated, probably not going to do any sort of help to any sort of drought or anything like that. But it is showing that there is some type of energy there as we go into tomorrow afternoon, even though no precipitation is expected as we go into tomorrow, though. And as we go on to even further than that, you can see as we go all the way to 4 p.m., all the way to 6 p.m., you can see it really starts to calm down. And then just going on even more, there goes our little dry period right there, all the way from like 4 p.m. May the 5th all the way through to like 2 p.m. May the 6th. So we still do have just a lot of a dry period that's going to be going on as we go into like the end of like the evening of May the 5th tomorrow, and then going into the afternoon hours of Tuesday as well. But even this model run right here says that there's not any precipitation expected as we go into like the late night hours and early hours. But when you get into the afternoon, you can start to see stuff pop off May the 5th. So I honestly think that some precipitation might actually be possible as you go into tomorrow. I think more than what the National Weather Service is saying. And even through here as well, this goes all the way through. This is the NAM right here, and it even has some rain as well going on through the Low Country PD region as you go to around 3 to 4 p.m., going all the way to 9 p.m. as well. So definitely that area that we were looking at, honestly, that could go all the way out into tomorrow, more than what I thought earlier. From when I said it'd probably be done by tomorrow, just going with what off the National Weather Service said, but. That's it for our short-term future, the long-term future. But you can definitely just see how unsettled and how uncertain rain is for tomorrow. But I'd still say that if you're inside the region with a chance of rain, I definitely would still keep my head up either way, even though it's going to be very unlikely that you receive rain. Going into our long-term now. Time is still inside the top right corner of your screen, but as you go on and push this forward, rainfall going on May the 7th for sure going on. May the 8th is looking a lot more dry. May the 9th as well looking to be rainy as well going into May the 11th and the 12th, and even the 13th, the 14th, the 15th, the 16th as well could be looking pretty rainy as well, and then the 17th and the 18th going in looking dry, the 19th and the 20th looking wet as well. So we still definitely have an active future, even though for some days it might not be as active as we originally thought. There still is a lot of active period, like right here, May the 10th going into the 11th. and even going into like May the 14th as well. That's a day for sure. I think we're going to have to look at for sure. And that's it in terms of the long term. Let's go on and talk about our monthly or our weekly forecast right here. Time, well, you actually really don't even need the time. But you can pretty much see from now all the way May the 10th. You can see that we do have a warmer than average temperature, so it will be warmer this week, in terms of average as we go into this week. And as you go into precipitation as well, precipitation shows that it will definitely be above average this week. So this is definitely what we want to see in terms of precipitation, because of obviously the drought conditions that are going on. Looking at the drought conditions now, definitely need that rain from Dorchester County, Berkeley, Charleston, Georgetown, all the way up there into Horry County as well. All of these regions definitely need the rainfall the most out of everyone inside the state, due to just being in the severe drought, the D2, everyone else being in the D1 or D0 or even inside none. And so that's it in terms of that. Let's go on and talk about our temperature anomalies and see what they show. So as you go on over here towards the southeast, look at models right here. As we go on through, starting off, obviously, it's going to be a bit warmer but cooler at the same time. And then we get a huge cold blast going into May the 7th. It's going to be way cooler than average May the 7th. And then even May the 9th and the 10th, the 11th. And this is where we're going to stop at right here. This is the cooler than average temperatures that we're going to have. And so even though it said that it will be most likely warmer than average, I honestly think that there could be a chance that a good amount of the week could be cooler than average instead. So just a difference in opinion all around today, from the uncertainty with rain for tomorrow, with models disagreeing with the National Weather Service, and then you have models over here saying that it's going to be cooler, while you have some saying it's going to be warmer. Just this whole week is just very uncertain in terms of what's going to happen. And I know they were talking about scenarios as well of stuff that could happen going into this weekend as well, saying that we maybe could get some more rain than that was forecasted this week as well. So just a bunch of uncertainties of what's going to happen as we go into this week. So we're just going to really just have to take it one day at a time, and really just see what's happening and break it down day by day. But that's it in terms of our week forecast for the week of May the 4th going into the 10th. We already talked about the rainfall for the week as well. And so let's go on and now and talk about the crazy score. So what's the crazy score out tonight? If you don't know what the crazy score is, it is a score just saying how crazy the weather is inside of South Carolina. It's at a 24 right now, mild, slightly breezy or cloudy, but no major concerns. Obviously with some rain, some storms still going on up there near Lower South Carolina. We still do have some stuff going on, and so that's why it's not inside the calm category. And now with the crazy score out the way, let's go on and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what the audience has to say for tonight. Looking at it now, Mr. Anthony says, good evening to you. Trail says, hi, just hello to you. Thad says, good evening. I hope all is well. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great. Congratulations on your selection for the National Honor Society. Thank you so much for that. And that's it. I don't see anything else inside of the chat. For the 3 people that we see here that are on the screen, if you want to have your message or if you want to say something that's on your mind, questions as well, anything like that, go on and leave it inside of the chat. I will read it again in around like 5 minutes or so you still have time. Go on and leave it if you want to. Going on to our San Antonio forecast, and then we're also going to do Raleigh and Philadelphia like normal. San Antonio tonight, low temperature 65, high temperatures tomorrow 77, low temperatures tomorrow night at 71. And then as you go into precipitation, none for tonight. Tomorrow, showers likely with a thunderstorm going on tomorrow, and then showers tonight, tomorrow night for San Antonio. And then as you go into Raleigh, low temperatures tonight 65, high temperatures tomorrow 81, low temperatures tomorrow night 57. No precipitation tonight. Chance of thunderstorms to go into tomorrow, and then no precipitation tomorrow night. And then Philadelphia, Low temperatures tonight 63, high temperatures tomorrow 71, low temperatures tomorrow night 62. Showers likely tonight, and showers expected through the day and through the nighttime hours tomorrow. Talking about severe weather, starting off with Texas first. San Antonio, you do have a marginal risk of severe weather for tomorrow. That's mainly for wind and hail. Here's the hail threat right here, with the majority of the hail threat going on over there towards like Midland, Odessa, Texas. And then here's your wind threat as well, that 5% risk of damaging winds on Monday. And then you're not done, because on Tuesday, May the 6th, you're under a marginal risk of severe weather for Tuesday. As you go into Raleigh, still do have that marginal risk of severe weather, still with some thunderstorms still expected as you go through there. And as you go into tomorrow, nothing for tomorrow, nothing for the next couple of days. And then Philadelphia being the last one with no severe weather in terms of damaging winds or hail are expected. Going on next to excessive rainfall for all three locations, starting off. Actually, won't even have to start off. You can just see it like this. You can see that we do have a marginal risk for Philadelphia for tonight. And as you go into tomorrow, San Antonio and Philadelphia both have a minor risk of flooding for tomorrow. And then same thing on Tuesday, San Antonio, minor risk of some flooding. And then other than that, that's it in terms of excessive rainfall. So now let's go on and talk about what's going on throughout the entire United States. Two storm systems, one over the desert southwest and one over the Ohio Valley, will continue to bring unsettled weather and cooler temperatures into the middle of next week, of this week. Moderate to heavy rainfall along with the potential for flash flooding is forecast from the Ohio Valley to the East Coast. Moderate to locally heavy rainfall is expected over the northern Rockies, Great Basin, and Southwest. So we do have some stuff going on, and that's why I was just talking about just how unsettled the weather is. It's going to be unsettled throughout the entire U.S., most likely from the Ohio Valley down to the desert Southwest, and even the East Coast, like they said, as well. So there's going to be a lot of unsettled stuff going on and a lot of uncertainty as we go through this week. So, definitely give the meteorologists some patience this week, as this is going to be very uncertain. Going into other places as well, like Montana, North Dakota, as well as Minnesota, red flag warnings are out for places up there for fire weather. And then we talked about flooding as well over there. And other than that, that is pretty much it in terms of that. Let's go on and read the chat one more time. Dress says, congratulations, so proud of you. Thank you so much for that. Mr. Anthony also says, congratulations, thank you so much for the National Honor Society thank you messages. And don't see anything else. But you know what? Because I'm getting some thank yous inside the chat, I might as well go on and just give myself a little applause real quick. Might as well just go and give myself a little applause real quick for that. But not about me, about the weather, obviously. Looking at the poll inside the chat, what is the prediction on the weather for the week? Around 50% has said some rain days, but overall nice. 25% says sunny and warm, very nice, and 25% says rain days with storms and meant to say cooler. But overall, I think definitely the rain days with storms and cooler definitely takes it. Some rain days, but overall nice, and then sunny and warm, very nice. Definitely not sunny and warm, very nice. Some rain days, but overall nice. I can kind of see that, but I think it's more towards the rain days and storms and with storms and cooler. Severe weather, no severe weather, anything like that really expected for this week. More just unsettled, cooler, and rainy conditions. And so that's going to wrap this up here. If you did enjoy, make sure you go on and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button as well. We're at 454. Huge night last night. 454 subscribers, trying to get to 500. We are currently around 46 away from our goal of 500. 46 away from our goal of 500 and 21 away from our goal of 475. That's a short-term goal, 475, a long-term goal, 500. So let's go on and get there. I will be back tomorrow morning with your Monday morning forecast update. And everyone have a fantastic rest of your Sunday.